Good afternoon. Welcome. I am Bruce Leonard, and this is Bruce Leonard Leans Left. While it's still legal today, as far as I know. Getting a little bit more legal all the time, I think. We might have been wrong about some of this stuff. It seems like the courts are doing their job, standing in the way of, I don't know, whatever you want to call him. Some people call him Mango Mussolini. Some people call him Timu Hitler. Some people call him Agent Orange. But anyway, I don't know if you know this, but the Voice of America that he tried to kill is coming back online today. Is the beginning of slowly putting it all back because the court said that he doesn't have the authority to kill it. Just like he's going to be told he doesn't have the authority to kill PBS. You get rid of Sesame Street. I guess he doesn't want people to know how to count and shit. But I don't understand why you would be against Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street and things like that. Except maybe for their message of peace and tolerance and nonviolence, and those kinds of things that PBS teaches. I guess those are communist. Stephen Miller would say, "It's communist ideology." I want to talk for a minute about something that's happened here that you might have saw because it's become a national story. But It happened here the other night. The police stopped a stolen car, and a bunch of kids were in the car. I guess. Well, I guess they probably didn't know how old they were, but there was a bunch of kids in the car. So they stopped this stolen car. The kids all ran out, and the police started chasing them, of course. And police wind up shooting an 18-year-old kid and killing him. Of course, he's black, and so 2 days later, the police were doing traffic. There was a deputy directing traffic up by UC. And the kid's father, who I guess was driving his car, saw a cop standing in the middle of the street and saw an opportunity. And so he stepped on the gas and ran over this cop and killed him. And of course, now it's a big national story. I just wanted to comment on it for a minute because if you don't know the history of Cincinnati, Ohio, we had a riot in 2000 and let's see, it was right around the year 2000. I can't remember the exact year, so I'll look it up. 2021. Yeah, that was it. It was right after I had came back from Florida. And I've been living there for 10 years. And so the police killed 14 black people within 6 months. And they shot a 15th, I believe, and then the city caught on fire. It's like they burned the whole downtown. They broke all the stores. They smashed all the stores. And now it's 2025, And we have not moved forward 1 inch, apparently. We still have the same problems. This is after, like, a federal overhaul of our police department and oversight and all this other shit. And obviously, it's still a little tense. um, and I just find it something. It's a greater issue in our culture that we can't seem to move past our petty grievances and differences. And Donald Trump has achieved the presidency on the back of these grievances by fanning the flames of division and hatred that always have existed in this country. But we've been trying for years to come up with ways to make it better. And now he wants to tear it all down. And my question is, why? I don't get it. Like I said, obviously we have serious problems in this country, and that's another problem. Is we like to pretend like they try to sell you this myth of America that this is the greatest place, this is the greatest country on earth, and you're the freest of any country on earth, and then and everything is perfect here, and people, and that's never been the case. It's never been perfect here. As a matter of fact, I said I've gone over it lots of times. This is a country that was born in a war, right? Had several wars after that. Like, we didn't last 100 years have wars. We became a country when 1776. What happened? War of 1812. A country that was fueled economically off the backs of enslaved human beings. And then after the War of 1812, what happened? Actually, there were two wars. 1776, right? We had the Revolutionary War, and we founded the country, right? And then after that, we had the French and Indian War. And then as soon as that was over, we had the War of 1812. And there was about 30 years calmed down, and then we had the Civil War. And then we settled the Civil War, and then right after that, what happened? Not very long. We have World War One, and World War Two. After World War Two, Korea, Vietnam, then Iraq, then Afghanistan, then Iraq again. We've always been at war. It's a violent country. And the police have always been violent. And I got plenty of videos I can show you. They're going all the way back to when they first made videos. There's videos of cops with water hoses and dogs and fucking... But anyway, so the tension here is rashed up again between the black community and the police department. Now, they put out a body camera of the thing, but they're both running, and so it's all blurry and shit. You can't really see what's going on. Of course, the police claim that he had a gun. The last time when there was a riot, it wasn't a gun; it was a wallet, and that's what sparked off the riot in 2001. They chased the kid into the alley, and he said, put your hands up or whatever. And he reached to pull out his wallet, I guess, when he was going to hold his wallet up in the air. And of course, he thought, "Oh, I was reaching for a gun." Bang, bang, bang. And I believe they also shot him like multiple times. It wasn't just like once. And that the city caught on fire. Like I said, the very next day. I'll never forget it because I said I had just moved back from Florida. And I had a car, but my car had broken down, so I didn't have a car at that time. And I was working a temp job out at the airport for DHL. And I had to take the bus to the airport from Cincinnati because at that time I lived in Clifton. And so to catch the bus, you could catch a bus in Clifton, but to go home, you had to get off downtown and walk like two blocks, maybe 3 blocks to another bus stop and catch the bus that's going up the hill to Clifton. And I just remember getting off the bus stop downtown. They let us off, which I don't know why they let us off. Because this shit was going down. And the bus driver, he didn't give a fuck. He just stopped at the bus stop and we all got off the bus. And I was in my early 20s at that time. And so I just remember it was very quiet. There was nobody around. No one was out. It was quiet. And this kid, he looked like he was about, I don't know, 13 maybe. Had a bandana around his face, was riding a bike, and he rode his bike up next to the garbage can and kicked it, and the garbage can fell over, and he rode off. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And walked down 2 blocks in deadly quiet, like I said, when no one was on the street, to the bus stop. And the bus stop picked us up. It usually just goes straight up Vine Street, which goes right up the hill. So it picked us up on Vine Street. And as soon as I get on the bus, sit down, the bus driver goes, sorry, but we're going to have to reroute the bus because we can't go to, blocked off. And so we're going to go down McMillan, I think, one of the streets that's, you turn right and you go down a block or two. A lot of the streets in Cincinnati are one way, so it's every other street. So I think it was 2 blocks we had to go. Anyways, there he goes. So just sit tight while we reroute, and then he turns the corner, and as he turns the corner, you could see Vine Street, and it was just people smashing and burning shit, and it was a line of police with those plastic shields. Starting to march down the street. This is serious, and then turn down the other street, and shit's all fucking broken and burnt, and some shit's on fire. We drove through that part. So I was right. I saw the whole thing. Firsthand for a second, and I wasn't down in the street or anything, but I saw it out the bus window, and then eventually they marched. The police pushed them down Vine Street, so they went up the hill. So later on, about an hour or 2 later, in my apartment, on the 2nd floor, and you could just hear people going down the street like a lot of people, and loud, and they're fucking, we're breaking car windows and shit. And there was a curfew here for like 2 days. Like you couldn't go outside because it was basically martial law. If you were outside, you had to have good reason. You're going to work or something. And I guess I naively thought, oh, the city is getting better. Oh, that's weird. Let me know when it comes back. If it comes back. It doesn't say here that I'm kicked off, so don't know. It's rainy outside. It's been storming all day. Yeah, Questel is always saying, Twitch, you ain't get on the. I mean, like I said, I guess I could get on the Twitch, but I don't know who would fuck watch because I'd never been on it. And I said, I don't know anybody on it. I need like a super bot blaster, like to blast the show out, like to let people know that it's going on, because they'll be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" YouTube died. Look at Facebook. I don't know. Anyway, I have bad weather on my end too. It's just bad weather all around, I think. I saw a yeah, I don't know. This thing is very weird sometimes. So Blaze back on Facebook. Good. Most people watch on Facebook anyway. So if YouTube died, I'm sorry for you two. Like, hey, if you think you could advertise this show, and people on Twitch would watch it, believe me, I would do it. I keep wanting to buy the yeah, that's it. It's the weather. I keep wanting to buy the paid version so I could stream to like 6 different places. But like this shit's happening already, and I'm only going to 2 places. So it's like, well, what happened if it was 6? And then also, like I said, I don't know anybody on the other platforms, so I would definitely need people to push. And it's $50 a month, which seems excessive. Speaking of that, I never asked people for money or anything like that, and I never will. But I started a Substack. Well, I had a Substack. I started it a long time ago, but all this shit happened, and I got lazy, and so I didn't write much on it. But I'm actually going to write now regularly. There you go. At least you're there. Could be my computer. Yeah, it could be. I don't think so, though. It usually happens when there's bad weather. It gets glitchy sometimes because I don't have a hard wire. Yes, $50 a month is wild. That's why I was saying it costs a lot. But anyway, back to the Substack. So I have a Substack, and I'm going to write a piece. Like I said, I've decided that I got to get my shit together and stop being a lazy piece of shit. So the days that I don't do the show, I will write a piece on the Substack every day. Every other day or whatever. So there will be content, and you can subscribe for free. But there's also a paid. Like I have a $100 subscriber. Doug is always been a big supporter of mine. I'd like to thank him. But I didn't ask him to. He just signed up himself, and then he said he'd pay $100, which is crazy. But I don't expect anyone else to subscribe for $100 a month. To read me write a few paragraphs every other day. But you can subscribe for $5. Like it's and any little bit helps. But there's also a free subscription, and I won't hate you, for subscribing for free. I don't expect people to fucking pay me. It would be nice, but I do this stuff because I have to. Like I would do it no matter what. Yeah, that's good. I got the Substack app too. Finally, like I said, I started it a long time ago, but I was touring all the time, and then this stuff happened, and I just got lazy. I should have been writing from hotel rooms when I was traveling. That's what I should have done, but I wasn't. I was getting yes, little bits get you through. No, that's what I mean. Like, so if you subscribe for $5 a month or $10 a month or whatever, like it every little bit helps. Like I said. Doug he's always been like that. He's helped me out so many times. I can't thank him enough. He's been a big supporter of mine. And he texted me something the other day that was very nice and encouraging. And sometimes you need to hear other people tell you, even if you think certain things, sometimes you go, well, maybe it's just me that thinks this, especially if it's about yourself. When someone from the outside tells you, reinforces the things that you believe about yourself, then you believe even more strongly that these things are true. Like I do have talent. I am just as funny, if not funnier, than a lot of these fucking people who are out there now. And if I just keep going, maybe someday someone will realize, and I'll get that break I need. Every break you get in the entertainment business is another, like let's say I make this show at least loud enough that like the Bulwark or like MSNBC or people like that, they invite you to come on the show and speak. And then, from that you gain new followers and you gain more people and, blah, blah, and it just keeps growing. And that's how you get famous. That's why I keep trying to tell people. It's like, dude, it's just little things. Little things. Like right now, my comedy album on iTunes for the last 2 weeks, I've been getting my statistics and it's dead. Like no one's listening. It's like, why not? Do you know me? Do you like me? If you do, just listen to it. It's like every now and then, like turn it on for a minute. Like I got bits. Just put it in your mix, in your iTunes rotation, So you'll be listening to some music, and then maybe a bit will come on. It'll be me. It'll be, it only takes you 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but those numbers, they matter to me. Well, it's on YouTube Music. It's on all the platforms except for Spotify, I don't think, because when I put my album out, Spotify was having some kind of dispute with spoken word artists. So my album never got uploaded to Spotify. And then I think that they resolved that, but somehow my fucking shit never made it through. So you can't find it there, but it's on all the other platforms that you could use. Pandora, I don't know. Is it on Pandora? I have to look. I think it is. I believe it is. I pay a service to put it out, and they supposedly put it out to every streaming service there was. And even some that I never heard of, I guess, in other countries and shit. But anyway, my point is it's out there, and no one people won't do the littlest things. All you gotta do is listen to the shit every now and then, and at least gives numbers to it and keeps it alive in the algorithm where it might share it with other people. Yes, it's Bruce Leonard. Everything I do is Bruce Leonard. The album is called Cancel Cultured. Which I never talk about, which is hilarious. I just thought it was a good title. I came up with the list of titles, and it was like, that's the best one, even though I don't really have an actual bit about it. Look, Julia, I think it might be there. Like I said, it's on every streaming platform. There's a bunch of them. And again, like I said, you don't have to do these things, but that's what I mean, though. A guy like me, I need people to listen to their shit. To tell your friend, and Then his friend, play it for your friend. And then they might go, oh, that's pretty good. And then they play it for their friend. And then that's how things grow organically. If you know someone who's an artist, not just me, if you know someone in a band or whatever, like I've been doing this shit my whole life. Like that's the thing that people don't get is you can help us tremendously by doing not much of anything, but doing something. You know, it's way just to say, oh, I know that guy is like, that's not helping me. I mean, I appreciate it, but like you want to help me, like listen to my fucking comedy, but play it for your friend. If they like it, then they'll download it and then they'll play it for their friend. And then, you know, they take it to work and they play it. Like when I was doing security in Vegas, these guys was always saying to the police that worked with us, they would be like, hey, he's a comedian. They'd be like, what? They'd be like, yeah, he's a comic. And then I'd be like, yeah, I'm a comedian. And then I told the cops, and then the cop was standing in the corner. And he's like, oh, I looked you up. He's like listening to me in his little headphone. I see him laughing. He's like, oh, you're laughing? He's like, yeah, I want to play this down at the station. And I see, like the Las Vegas cops be listening. What's a silver YouTube plaque? What is that? Please tell me. Blaze says, my virologist got his silver YouTube plaque during 2020. What is that? What's a silver YouTube plaque? I don't know. I said I never really streamed on anything because I never wanted to start a podcast because everybody's got a podcast. It's like cliche thing to do. Also, like everybody has a podcast, so there's 100,000 followers. Yes. Well, no, I just crossed 100. Yes, I know you. I know who you are. You don't have to tell me. Blazes Costello. I'm aware. 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, that would be nice. Right. Yeah. That's for sure. I mean, you're right. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say you're not right. You are correct. That I should get on Twitch, but I should get on every platform. That's what I mean. But it's $50 a month, so I guess that's what I was saying. 10 of you subscribe to Substack for $5 a month. You can pay my fucking bill to stream this show. I guess I could use Doug's money, but different places, different days. Yeah, but why would you do that? My goal is to get as many people as possible. Like I said, if there's 1,000 people watching on Twitch, and 1,000 people watching on Facebook, and 500 people watching on YouTube, I want all those people at the same time. I don't want them to be like, oh, you got to go here one day, and then here the next day, and then here that. Like, no. You can watch me on whatever platform you're comfortable with. I just want you watching. Mix it up. Like, what does it matter? It's the same show. Anyway, back to what I was. I just wanted to say, I hope that we don't have a riot again. And then we're right back to where we started. Like I said, we haven't moved forward at all since the 2001 riot, I guess, because here we are again, looking down. $50 a month is apparently the difference. No, it's really not. I mean, I could afford to do it, but I'm just like, damn, $50 a month is expensive. But yeah, I mean, I've invested everything. Like I said, all the T-shirts and shit I have, I paid for all that shit. Everything I've done, I paid for myself. My album, I did it myself. You know, I'm lucky I had I got producer friends from when I was in band, so I was able to get it done. You know, basically for free. I mean, I gave him some money. He didn't ask me for any, but I was like, I'm gonna give you, a little bit. You shouldn't have done nothing for. And then I said all the T-shirts I have, I done, but I paid a guy to design me a logo, um, the Mr. Peanut logo. That one's cool. I need to bring that one back. um, it's just doing this is being an artist is weird in America, especially if it's like I said. Plus, I've been hit by uh, weird, circumstances and times that it's up and down. Like here I am, I'm about to achieve something, and then something bad happens, and you slide back down. Like now, like I had worked my way all the way to being a headliner, touring headliner, everything I had dreamed of being. I only had one more step to go. Like I was touring, headlining. I was making pretty good money, doing comedy. I was selling merchandise and shit, and yeah, I'll message you later. Um, and then this happened, and I had to quit. And, I mean, not quit, but I had to go on hiatus. But momentum is something that you build up over, from working. So I had all this momentum going, and now I had to stop. Now, when I come back, will I be back? I don't know. Like I'm actually trying. I'm looking into actually getting some real representation, a real agent when I come back this time, and not try to do it all myself. Um, it's just a matter of these people will sign me or not. But I have an in. And like I said, Brian Patterfee said he's going to help me go to Canada. So and try to do a tour of Canadian comedy clubs. And then if they like me, then I'll be okay, because I can always go up there, do the Canadian comedy club tour, and make enough money, to come back and go back out on the road. In America, the way that I have been doing it, which is like doing bars and wineries and breweries, and making a living, but not like making enough that you're like, oh my God. I was still, when I got back to Vegas, I would still do security, try to rack up more money, rather than just sit around waiting to go back out. But I'd like to get to a point, like I said, I mean, I have a house now, so I don't have to pay rent. And so I can go out and leave my house and not have to worry about, oh, I got to pay $1,500 a month, or they're going to take away my place to live. It's like, that's going to help me, tremendously. I don't know how this show turned into me talking about me all of a sudden. This show's not about me. Let's get back to what I was going to talk about, because I don't know. This show seems to be turning into like some kind of therapy session, and that's definitely not what this show's about. I'm sure y'all don't want to hear me cry. But anyway, as I said, I have a Substack. If you want to subscribe. It's a free subscription. You can also give, I said, any amount of your choosing for the monthly subscription. But I do promise you this: I will be writing, because, John lost another phone. Man, that dude. He still hasn't got his shit together. Anyway, what part of streaming? Talking about yourself? I mean, I don't care I don't mind to talk about myself, but I also don't want people to think that I'm just all about myself, because I'm not. I've been doing this show for a while now, 3 days a week for an hour or more each time, and I don't think I've ever had one episode that I just sat here and talked about me, because that's not what I'm about. There's way bigger problems in the world than me. Well, I don't know about that. That was a bad way to put it. I am a problem to certain people. This fucking dude was threatening me on fucking Instagram. Instagram, of all places. It's like, talking about, I'm going to be in Vegas in July if you want to spar. It's like, spar? Spar? Dude, I'm 52 years old. There ain't no sparring. I'll stomp the shit out of you like that. Or you'll beat me up. But there ain't going to be no sparring. Like, I ain't trying to like, oh, we're going to, like high school, we're going to fight. It's like, no, I'll fucking bash your fucking head in. It's like, you know, I'm an old man. I don't fuck around. Like, you know, and over some internet shit? Like, really? Really? Were you 12? Julie says you should have at least a short segment to promote your comedy. Right, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I ain't been doing much comedy. That's the whole point. It's like, I'm stuck here. I got to work this job. I have to get up at 4:30 in the fucking morning, so I can't do anything at night, hardly, you know. And it's not like Vegas when I used to work graveyard shift. So I would wake up and I would go out and I would do my comedy before I went to work. Now I explained to them, hey, I got to be to work by, 11 o'clock or midnight. So can I get on early? And, and everybody would accommodate me because it ain't like here where, dude, they don't give a fuck here what I've done, which is another thing that's, I find odd. I did everything they said you should do. I spent my life, since I started doing comedy anyway, they said, if you want to do comedy, you got to do this and this and this. And I did all those things. And I went out, I left the city, I went to Vegas, I toured the country, I made my own album, I sold my own shit. I established myself as a comedian. Come back home, and they say, get back in line with the other open micers. It's like, what? How about you book me and pay me? How about that? It's like, and I don't mind doing open mics, getting in line with the open micers, that's fine. But then, like, going, oh, well, you didn't make the list. Well, yeah, I didn't make the list. There's 25 comics on this list. Like, most of them ain't ever done shit in their lives. And you're telling me I gotta sit here and watch this for 2 weeks, so hopefully I can get on a list. If they can do 5 minutes, fuck you. It's always been a cliquey town, and I never was in the clique. Because I'm not a clique person. And I thought when I came back from Vegas that things would be different because they would finally, at least have a little bit of respect for me. But nope, none. Which is fine. I don't mind. I said, because I ain't gonna stop. And I said, well, I'm just on a temporary pause because of my life situation. But when I get back to it and things pick up, when I come to Cincinnati, I'll just do my own show in a rock venue. Like, why would I let them make money off of me when they never helped me at all? That's what I say. Stream freezing up. Yeah, no, that's what I said. There's weather. I said it's been raining all day. It's cloudy as fuck. Storm. Anyway, back to what I was starting at the beginning of the show. Voice of America is coming back. Because it's illegal. See, Trump has gotten away with a lot of shit in the 100 days, but it's illegal. And as it's going through these courts, even the Trump-appointed judges is like, this is illegal. You can't do this. Like the president cannot just unilaterally stop things that the Congress has appropriated and the Congress has written laws. That's the thing about the other day when Pete Hegseth said that he eliminated whatever, blah blah. I didn't think about it till the next day or the day after when I was really thinking about it. Was hey, that was a law written by Congress, so he really doesn't have the authority to get rid of that either. And all it takes is a couple chicks file a lawsuit and say, hey, Pete Hegseth said he's going to stop this from happening, but this is a law that was passed. Marco Rubio was the co-sponsor of the bill. So they can't do these things. That's what I was saying before. Like, these people are evil, but they're not that smart. They don't know how the system works. They think they can just unilaterally do anything they want, and they say they love the Constitution, but this proves to you that the right wingers never read the Constitution, or if they did, they didn't understand it, and they don't understand how it works. What you have is like I said, a knee-jerk reaction from reactionary Christian white people who have realized that the world has passed them by. And this is their last gasp to try to hold on to the. we're in charge of. And that's what this is, But the truth is that he can't do it. A judge yesterday, or the other day, threw his executive order in the trash can. It was finally the first final verdict from one of these judges, a Trump-appointed judge, by the way, who said that what he tried to do to that law firm is unconstitutional, and therefore his entire executive order is null and void. Trash can. Done. Now, he's going to appeal it. He'll probably go to the Supreme Court. Hey, ho, Kylan. Thanks for joining us. Then thank you for subscribing. I saw that you had just subscribed today, actually. I appreciate it. See, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, this is how things work. This is how things grow organically. One person at a time. Now, you tell your friend, and then he tell his friend, and then someone else will sign up, and someone else will sign up. And, like, I've had this YouTube channel, which I've never pushed. Because look at me. I'm an old dude. I don't know anything. I'm not tech savvy, or I don't know anything about the modern media landscape of YouTubery and all this other shit. So I've had this channel for years and years and years, but I never really pushed it or promoted it. I had like 50 followers. And like I said, since I started doing this show, which is not that long ago, a few months, it went from 50 to over 100, Blue Sky is where I've really been successful. Like I said, the Blue Sky popped up, and then I joined that, and I already have almost 7,000 followers on Blue Sky, which is by far the most, yes, I'm sick of the rain too. By far the most that I've had on any platform since Facebook before they banned me. That's the thing, is I spent almost 10 years building that Facebook. And I was finally at the point where I had reached critical mass, where it was like rolling up. It went from 5,000 to 10,000, and then it was like 20,000 and 25,000, and I was getting hundreds of followers, new followers every single day. And then Facebook, bang, put the hammer. Again, like I was saying earlier, it's like my life and career has gone that way. It's like, oh, there he goes. He's about to make it, and then bang, something happens and knocks you back. Something totally out of your control. It's like, I've been doing all the right things, working my ass off, for years and years and years, keep my nose down to the ground. Like I said, I have strayed. Like now, I've been here like a year now, and I haven't been doing much of anything. Like I said, for 6 months, I fell into situational depression, I guess you would call it, where you're just like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. I had to give up everything that I was doing. I had a lot of momentum going. I had to abandon it and come home, to handle my family obligation, which I'm not bitching about because there ain't nothing else to do except handle your family obligations. If you don't do that, you're a fucking piece of shit. Period. You're not even a human being. When I was leaving Vegas, I swear to God, there were people that were like, man, it's very admirable what you're doing, going home to take care of your mom and all that. And I was like, what do you mean it's very admirable? It's like, what other choice is there? And they're like, there's a lot of people that wouldn't. Like, really? There's people out there that would tell their mom to go fuck themselves, to die alone or whatever. Like, no, are you fucking kidding me? They're not even human beings. Trumpers all, I'm sure. The family values people. See, it's easy to talk. It's easy to walk around like these people. You can go, all about family values. I'm all about traditional, morality, and you do this and that and the other, and blah, 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 blah. But if you watch most of those people, they're fucking scumbags. Newt Gingrich. Remember Newt Gingrich? He spent his whole life lecturing people about how they're immoral and family values this and family values that. His wife had cancer, and he fucking cheated on his cancer, dying wife with cancer, divorced her, and married his mistress. Meanwhile, a guy like me, they said, I never one time tried to preach to you or tell you about family values or any shit like that. And but when it comes down to it, what am I doing? I'm doing what I should do. If you have family values, take care of your fucking family. There ain't no need to push my morality onto other people. If you want to tell your mom to fuck off and die alone, then you're a piece of shit human being that I don't even want any part of. How's that? I definitely don't need your false platitudes about how fucking moral you are. or judging other people. You're judging other people. You're a fucking scumbag. That's just how it is. It was like yesterday, where I swear to God, yesterday I saw this thing on Twitter. I swear to God. And I'd spoken about it before, but Milo Yiannopoulos, right? The fucking right-wing troll, piece of shit, almost Nazi, flaming gay guy. Or he was a flaming gay guy, right? And then he got, extricated because he crossed the line. I can't even remember what he did to get excommunicated from the right wing or whatever. But he's been trying to rehabilitate his image, right? So he comes back on the Twitter recently now, and he's he calls himself Nero now, and he's like, I've become a Christian, and I've prayed the gay away, and I'm not gay anymore. And in fact, I think gay people are evil. He's all the way on the other side of the fence from where he was before. But anyway, yesterday, he posted this big thing about how he pretended to be someone's friend so that he could get a bunch of information because this person was suing Kanye West. And he's trying to look out for Kanye West. So that's what he says. And then he was pretending to be this person's friend, so this person would tell him all their intimate shit about, their legal dealings with Kanye West. And then he turns around and becomes a witness. And he's like gloating about how he stabbed this person in the back and how she thought that he was his real friend, and I was like, come on, dude. The whole thing just shows you again, which I commented on his post and was like, dude, the masquerade that you're even a human being is what the fucking problem, you know. It's like you're not a human being. You're a sociopath and a piece of shit, you know. And you'll always be a sociopath and a piece of shit because that's who you are. And so don't sit here and try to pretend that this is something, you know, like you're a troll type person who gets off on drama and being in the middle of it. Because you're a sociopath who doesn't really give a fuck about anybody but themselves. And all you really try to do is reestablish your career as some kind of troll writer for the right wing, you know. It's like, and the right wing themselves, I said again, sociopaths. They pretend they're Christians, and then I said they talk about family values and all this shit, like, and they're protecting you from the evil trans people, and it's all bullshit. They don't give a fuck about nothing except advancing their own agendas and fucking, like I said, getting off on whatever they're doing, the trolling, you know. It's like Trump posts a picture of him dressed up like the Pope. And like, oh, he's trolling. It's like, dude, Trump is 80 years old. What kind of 80-year-old man is an internet troll? Like, really? You're 80 years old, dude. You're not fucking 15. You're posting memes and fucking Harvard. I mean, I do the same shit, but I'm not the president of the United States. I'm not trying to convince people that I care about them, you know. I mean, I do. I care about you way more than Donald Trump. I promise you that. I've just told you, you know, you can subscribe to my shit for free because I ain't trying to scam you or rip you off or, you know, or beg you for money or con you somehow. Like, I'm doing this to entertain you, and it's up to you. You want to pay me or not, unless you come to see me do stand-up where you have to buy a ticket. And that's like what I was saying earlier. It costs you nothing to listen to my record. Nothing. It's free. And if you like it, hey, you can share it. You can post it online. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm telling you right now, you have permission to download my shit, share it wherever you want. What I need is people to know who I am. I don't need your money because that will bring me money eventually. Like, you can help people, like I was saying, without paying money. And artists who constantly ask you for money, they're not really artists. Because if they were, they would say the same thing I said. It was like, hey, there's a free subscription. You can take it. Like, I just want you to read what I write. I don't need you to have to pay me for it. You know, I mean, you can pay me for it if you want. And maybe that's why I've never been successful. I mean, I have been successful, but I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I've never made $1 million, because I'm not saying to you, hey, you got to send me money. It's like, no, I said I do this because I have to, and I feel like it's a public service. And, but it would be nice if you help me in the ways that it doesn't cost you money. That's my point. I don't think that people understand that. It's like, you know, we need action. That's what we need. If you like this show, you should tell all your friends, hey, you should watch this show because this guy's saying some shit, you know, or at least it's entertaining for an hour 3 times a week, you know, or whatever. Like, what else are you going to watch? Fucking Big Bang Theory again? We're descending into a fascist dystopian hellhole. Yes, let's watch the Big Bang Theory again. Kaylee Cuoco sure has some nice ass. It's like, yes, she does, but you know what I mean. People that constantly ask you for money, they're not fucking. That's why I always said before, like, any artist that makes some art with the thought beforehand of how much money they could possibly make off of it is not an artist. They're a commercialist. You know, they want to become commercially successful, which everyone does. I do too. It's a validation of your work, but your work should be your work. It should be a genuine piece of art. And you go, hey, I made this art. It reflects my artistic vision or whatever. And I hope other people like it. But I'm not going to go, oh, I need to change this to take it out because people might not like it. Like, no, I say what I want. I managed to make myself into a comedian, like I said, without compromising ever. One fucking bit. I never, ever have compromised anything and said, oh, you can't talk about this. I went into the deep south. I didn't change my act. I don't change my act. Oh, I'm in Alabama. I'm in Mississippi tonight. I better fucking tone it down. Like, nope. You're getting, this is the show. You paid to see it. This is what you're getting. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But at least you can respect the fact that I ain't fucking up here trying to kiss your ass or shine you on. Huh. To me, comedy is a serious art form that you should be saying. Now, there's lots of different kinds of comedy, okay? I'm not saying that I don't. There's lots of people that just do stupid jokes. Oh, you go to the mall and your girlfriend has to hold, you get to hold your girlfriend's purse and you feel like a jerk off. You know, there's all those comics, and there's a place for them. You know, clean comics that don't press, that don't talk about issues. Like, I never wanted to be that. I want to be George Carlin. I wanted to be Lenny Bruce. I wanted to be, Bill Hicks. Those are the people that when I heard comedy, I was like, all right, that's what I can get behind. I want to do that, which is push the envelope, make people think, shock people, try to improve the culture that you're living in somehow through your artistic work. This woman told me when I was first starting, she said to me, she was a booker at the Comedy Caravan in Louisville. She said to me, you're taking the road. What do you mean? Like, trying to be a real comedian? Like, one that might be remembered, like among those other great names that, that inspired you to do whatever you're doing. Like, yeah. I chose that 100%, and I knew what I was doing. I don't just want to be like Larry the Cable Guy. People have already forgotten Larry the Cable Guy, right? Who? Get her done. Like he made $10 million or $100 million. He's rich. He flies around a private jet. He's rich. It's been 10 years, maybe. No one remembers that fucker. No one's going, I remember Larry the Cable Guy, how great he was. No. I don't even care. I said before, like, I might be one of these guys that no one ever discovers me until I'm dead. But then my shit will still be out there. And then if some other comedian, 25 years from now, and I'm dead, and finds my shit and is like, oh, wow, this guy was fucking really doing something, then, hey, that's enough for me. Because you'll be remembered for what you did. You won't just cash in and walk away and people just forget who the fuck you are because what you was offering wasn't nothing to begin with. It's a scam. It's what's called hack, some hack shit. All those guys, you might be a redneck, Jet Foxworthy. You might remember that. But you remember him more for, oh, he's the guy that hosted that. Are you smarter than the fifth grader? Yes. And that's fine. I'm not degrading these people. Like, if what you want is to become rich, and that's fine. But they're not artists. They're corporate fucking shills, really. Like, that's what they are. I wanted to be, or I shouldn't say wanted. I'm still alive, so I want to become famous. despite all that, on my own terms, without fucking compromising a goddamn thing. This is like I said, that's what the world needs, is people like that, not fucking, people that are just like, oh, this is fucking. Isn't it funny when you're sitting in traffic? What's the deal with airline food? I always say, and it's true 100%, I don't make up comedy. I'm just an observer. I see things, I point it out. Hey, look, that's fucking hilariously funny. How stupid. It's like this. Look at us. Look at this society that we built. Look at the government. Like, you see Pam Bondi yesterday. She says, Pam Bondi says, we seized enough fentanyl. We saved 175 million lives. Like, that's half the country. Listen, people. If you're out there, you're half the country. Put the fentanyl down. It's like, how many fucking people are on fentanyl? And nobody says anything. Again, they just let them spew this shit. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? That's not even like a... That's not even a realistic statistic. 175 million people were saved. It's like, Jesus Christ. How many people are taking fentanyl? No wonder this country's falling apart. Everybody's on fentanyl. It's like, they're half dead. You're going to make it up. Like I said, there ain't no need to write comedy. All you gotta do is look around. And they said, it's all right there in front of you. Now you gotta sit down and harvest it. But that's the discipline of the art. But there ain't no need to sit around and make up elaborate scenarios of ridiculous shit when all the ridiculous shit is happening right in front of you. It's like... This is like, America's become like that South Park episode where the aliens are watching Earth as like a reality show, and they were going to cancel it. It's like, they don't need to cancel us. We're about to cancel ourselves. That's how fucking stupid it is. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I said the judge threw out his executive order, threw it in the trash, and more will follow, because most of these executive orders that he's written are just ridiculous bullshit. They're chapters of Project 2025 that he said he didn't know nothing about. It's like, the very fact that they had published their plan to do all this shit, and everybody said, look, here's the plan of what they plan to do. And then he was able to just say, oh, no, I don't know those people. I don't have nothing to do with that. And people bought that and elected him. And now this is all happening that was in the plans that they fucking showed you. Means that this country's too stupid to fucking last. It ain't going to make it. Unless we fix these fundamental problems of education. And like, there's people out there, they still don't know what a fucking tariff is and how it works. That you pay the fucking tariff. All this bullshit about, oh, the other countries to pay the tariff. No. You pay the tariff. The importer who imports the goods, when they land in the port, you got to pay the tariff. And when they pay the tariff, they pass that tariff to their, then they give the products to the trucking company. They fucking pass the tariff on to them. Then the trucking company passes that tariff on to you or them by jacking up the trucking price or whatever. And then when the product gets to you, whoever's going to sell it to you puts that tariff on the fucking product. And then you pay it. That's how it works. Period. And now that's how it works across everything. And there's still people going, well, the Chinese, don't buy the Chinese goods. And where are you going to get the goods? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't going to be no fucking goods. In about a week or two, you're going to start noticing the shit ain't on the grocery shelf. The shit ain't on the shelf at Walmart, like I said weeks ago. This is where we're headed now, right now. We're about to hit it. And there's still people that don't understand this situation because they're fucking stupid, and partly it's not even their own fault because the educational system in this country sucks. And now they're going to gut it even more. And what do you think is going to happen? We are collapsing under the weight of our own collective stupidity. And ain't nobody got no one to blame but themselves. Because while all this is going on, there's a transgender person playing tennis. Oh my God! The world's burning around you. It's all on fire. Like, look at that. That's the threat to the society. We are in serious trouble culturally. And that this is all just a symptom of that problem. Charge it, do gas on the fire, you know. And like I was saying the last episode, the Russians, they fucking jumped right in. Oh, yeah, but here's some gas. Burn yourselves down. It's exactly what we're doing. They live in this fancy world. Like he keeps talking about, he's going to build this golden dome like they have in Israel. First of all, you know how big Israel is? They got a golden dome, you shoot down all the missiles. Yeah, they're only as big as Massachusetts or some shit. You know, golden dome, and the United States is huge, bro. You get a little golden dome, it's gonna stop. It's like Reagan's Star Wars fantasy. It's not. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's some fantasy thing that he thinks that he can make, but he ain't gonna make it. Did they ever make that Star Wars thing? No, because you can't make it. It's impossible to do. We need to make a golden dome that's big enough to protect you from all the missiles in the world across the whole continental United States. Come on, man. It's a lot of territory not to cover. I don't know the exact size, but I'm pretty sure you could fit California itself. California is way bigger than Israel. Like geographically. Like, I mean, it might be 2 or 3, but maybe, I bet you 4. Like I said, Israel's about the size of Massachusetts. It's not real big. I'd have to look it up. I mean, I'm guessing, obviously, but you get what I mean. Let's say Florida. Let's be generous and say Israel might be the size of Florida, you know. And even then, I don't think so. You know, it's not very big geographically. And like, of course, you can protect that with a golden dome. It's not that big. It's like the United States. Every state is bigger than that. You got 50 golden domes. It's every state. It's fucking insane. Like I said, that where we're at, and then the fact that they let these people spew it, and like Robert Kennedy's out there already, just internet conspiracy theorying up the Health and Human Service. It's like he's out there giving speeches, telling people ridiculous shit. It's not true at all. Like, oh, this is the Health and Human Services Secretary. He's here to save your life. He's like, half the people in China got diabetes, and vaccines have bits of baby fetus in them. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? We are through the looking glass, bro. We are way on the other side of fucking batshit insane. As a whole country. It's like the crazy train rolling down the track at top speed. I mean, I guess if you're an anarchist comedian who doesn't give a fuck about anything, this is a pretty good time to be alive. Yes, Cindy said, look like he's having a perpetual stroke. Yes, he's talking. Just drink cod liver oil and take a vitamin. He's ready to show the thing. He's like, you want to cure for your measles? Chicken soup. Chicken soup. What are you, some grandma from 1925? Eat this chicken soup. Make America healthy again, like they were in 1920 when everyone died of diarrhea. Yeah, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is where we are. I didn't make it happen. It's been a systematic effort. But I will say this, when I was a teenager and them kids were like, what did you do reading books? I kind of had an inkling that something could go wrong. It's like, I'm not sure how long the country could last. It's filled with people who not only just don't read books, but were vehemently against you reading them too. It's not like I was telling them, hey man, y'all should read books. It's like, no. They just saw me reading a book, and somehow that agitated them. And I knew right then, like, man, we're in trouble. This country's not going to last very long, is it? I didn't think it would be this fast, but I'm saying, like, I had an inkling that something was possibly amiss. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Yes, me too. I love dystopian novels too, but I mean, I always felt like I was in one anyway. I've always felt like an outsider. How's that? I've always felt ostracized. I've always looked around me and thought, I don't understand this and how these people are, and I don't get it. And I think I've always felt like that. Oh, it's my dad. I wonder what he wants. Anyway. So, yeah. I've always felt like that. Like I said, especially when they're like, what you doing? Reading them books? That made a big impression on me. He was like, hey, wait a minute. Like I said, not only do they not read, but me reading intimidates them somehow. So I said that whole myth of human beings are smart, evolved beings, and there's no way we came from monkeys. Like, look at you. You're monkeys, bro, with a Walkman. It's like... Like, yeah, you got a computer and a TV set, but you're a fucking hairless monkey, bro. Like, look at you. You watching The Masked Singer for the last 15 years? Who's gonna win? Who's under the mask? You're a goddamn, they said, you're a highly evolved primate, but a primate nonetheless. And I mean, I am too. I'm not any. That's the thing that sucks. Yes, exactly. What are you doing? I do want to ask this. I started reading. I read all the Game of Thrones books, right? And then the because when the series came out, oh, it was great, and then it took so long in between that I was like, oh, I'll just read the series of books so I know what's happening. Or when the show comes out, I'll know what's going on. Um, and then I didn't read them for a while. I read the whole series and I didn't read them. But then House of the Dragon came on, last year or whatever. And so I watched that. And then I found out, oh, there's a book that this is from. It's called Blood and Fire. So I got it. And it's not like a conventional book. It's like some historian telling you the history of what happened, and it's not even the whole book's not House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon, they took from a part of it because it's a big long history of the lineage of this and that, and how the Targaryens and blah blah blah. But anyway, I'm reading this book, and the guy's married his sister again. I'm like, did George R.R. Martin ever write a book where someone didn't fuck their sister? Like, what is this guy's obsession with people fucking their sister? Does George R.R. Martin have like a hot sister? That's what I mean. It's like it's kind of creepy. It's like, why is incest in every single book? It's even in it more than once. It's like the first king, the original Targaryen dude, married his sister, right? And half of the kingdom was like, oh, it's fucked up. He's married his sister, blah, blah. And then he didn't, or the next guy didn't. The next guy took regular wives, and then they had regular wives. And then another guy came, and then he married his sister again. And they had the debate again. But it's like, why does this guy keep having these characters sleep with their sister? It seems like a theme at this point. It's like I said, it's like, does George R. Martin have a hot sister that he always wanted to bang? He never did it, but he wrote several books. I thought it was creepy. Yeah. There's an example of, like I said, you don't got to make up shit. Probably should talk about the world without inventing ridiculous scenarios for comedy. The comedy's right in front of you at all times. You just gotta be sharp enough to perceive it. Anyway, thank you, Cindy, for being here. It's the first time I've seen you commenting regular. I don't know if you've been lurking watching, but if you have, I appreciate it. And like I said, and I don't want to reiterate again, but because I've said this several times, but you can help people out by not paying money. You can listen to their work. You can listen to the comedy album. You can read the Substack. You can share it with your friends. You can play it at a party, where there's a bunch of people, and you go, hey, this guy's pretty funny. You should listen. And that's a way you can help artists without paying your any money yourself. And I said, any artist that constantly asks you for money is not really a fucking artist. So subscribe to the Substack for free if you want. I said, give $5, $10 a month, and that's fine. But it's also free, so you can subscribe for free. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel for free. It doesn't cost you money. It's like, you can watch this show for free. It's not behind a paywall. It's like, tell your friends about it. Share it. Please. Tell them. I'm trying to keep myself going here. Even though I'm... Who won the Kentucky Derby? Well, it doesn't say. Oh, Sovereignty. All right. So Sovereignty won, not the favorite journalism, or... Sovereignty won, which is I don't know how to think about that. Seems like a bad omen. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, please continue to watch. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'm sorry that Daniele wasn't here today. He had to do something with his daughter. So, family first, like I said. For the family values, people. They're always talking shit that don't ever follow through on what they're fucking. I guess they're going to make me watch this entire ad, so I got to talk for another minute. And again, I said, the courts are in the process of getting rid of these executive orders one by one, because most of them are ridiculously unconstitutional and illegal bullshit. And the more this goes on, the more that's what you're going to find out, that the the courts are not going to accept this shit. Now, the Supreme Court, we're not sure. Like, I believe that they're going to hold the line eventually. They understand what's going on. The Congress ain't helping. So we got 2 years to go, and then there'll be a midterm. And when they get the Congress back, then game on. So you just got to play defense until then. So maintain your sanity and stay in the fight. Because that's what they want, is to break you down. And don't let them break you down. And that's why I'm here. To remind you that there's people out here, we're not going to lay down. So please keep your head about you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for watching. I am Bruce Leonard, and this is Bruce Leonard Leans Left while it's still legal. And I'll be back Tuesday at 6 o'clock. I'm going to go listen to some music. So please go do something tonight. Be safe out there. And I love you guys, and I'll see you on Tuesday.